Yo, it's Underground Rap News. Today we're going to be here interviewing Supa. So we're just going to jump right into it. First question I have for you is how did you come up with your artist name?
Man, ain't gonna lie, that's crazy as fuck. So I started rapping like way back in like eighth grade. So like in the peak of the SoundCloud era. So I remember just going on fucking Google, just searching up names that was never used. So it was this one name called, AK-69. I was like, oh, that shit hard. I'm gonna take it. So went by AK-69 at first. Then my cousin had this gamer tag on Xbox. It was XO Supersonic XO. It's like, that shit pretty hard. I'm gonna take that shit too. So I took it without him knowing. Then years later, around like high school, like junior year, started like smoking, doing a whole bunch of drinking, lean drinking alcohol. And I remember I was just sitting there in my baby mama room listening to this one song I had. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it from supersonic, change it to super, just shorten it. See, it's gonna be easy. So been stuck with that name ever since. Ever since then, I just be changing the fonts, all of that for branding, all of that, so
Mhm.
everybody can just see who I am.
All right. So what city did you grow up in?
I grew up in Houston, Texas.
You still live
Still,
there now?
yeah, I still live there.
All right.
Same old sound and everything else.
All right. So how old are you right now?
20 years old. I was born in '03, December 30th. So I'm an old ass nigga. Might be young, but still feel old.
Mhm. All right. So how would you describe your childhood and what would you say really led up to you deciding to get into music?
Man, my childhood, it was alright. It was fun. I had everything I wanted. But there's not, every good childhood has like, some type of some shit. You feel me? I grew up being bullied all the time. So
Mhm.
playing football, all of that shit, being bullied while playing football, ended up quitting because couldn't take that shit no more. It's only so much that somebody can take, especially from bullying.
Yeah.
So I remember just sitting there, I was like, damn, I'm not going pro. I ain't got the good grades to get into college. What the fuck I'm gonna do? So I was like, I remember I was recording like way back in the eighth grade. I was like, I might as well like pick that shit back up type shit. So ever since then, just been recording ever since then.
All right. So, how did you get into making music, and what was the story behind you actually recording your first song, and what led up to that?
Um, so I was chilling at my mama house on like the southwest side of A-Leaf. Anybody that's from Houston, they'll probably correct me, but they'll probably say that's not the southwest side. I don't know for sure, but I was living with my mama at one point, and I had this Android. This was way before I discovered BandLab and any other apps type shit. There was this one app called Vocal. It had the auto tunes, all of that shit, reverbs, everything. And I was recording that song. I was using that shit to record that shit. The very first song I recorded was "Stuck in the Trance." I don't even know where it's at. That hell's probably lost somewhere in archives in a whole different phone.
Mhm.
But that was the very first song I posted. And so when I posted that first song, I was like, oh, this shit pretty hard. I wasn't taking it seriously because I wanted to play football. So making music was like playing B if football didn't work out.
Yeah. So, when did that first song drop?
Um, I want to say like that summer of like 2017 going into 2018. I want to say that. But it's been a long ass time. So I don't really remember.
How did your friends and family react when they first found out you started making music?
Bro, my family, they didn't really like it too much. Some of my family members they did, but like even when I tried to like tell them like, oh, this is what I want to do, they'll try to the way my family works, they'll hit you with like stone cold harsh reality type shit. So they'll hit you like, well, in order to, do this, you gotta know somebody, or like you gotta have the right equipment to do so. I was like, yeah, but that's not what I want to do. That's not the kind of vision that I want. You feel me? Because I grew up listening to X and them niggas. So, they had the distortion, the mics and all of that. I want to do the same thing that they was doing. And my friends, some of them, I mean, it really depends who I sent it to. Some of them says like, oh, it's pretty good. And then some people just wouldn't really respond for real. But
Mhm. All right. So, from that first song up until now, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges you faced in your career, and how did you overcome them?
Um, I think it was more like my sound because it's this one rapper who lives out here. His name Boxy, and he used to tell me like, you can't keep saying the same stuff over and over again because you can't record a song saying the same stuff again. People's not going to engage into it. They not going to want to listen to it. So I took everything that he was telling me, not to say the same thing all over again. Try to find my own sound, my own type of wave, and just stick to it. And so that has been the whole reason why I've been going for this long because of that advice.
All right. So, what would you say has been your favorite moment in your career so far?
My favorite moment, um, getting my first 400 plays on a song. That was my favorite moment
Mhm.
because when I saw those three digits, yeah, you get 100, you get 200, 300. Yeah, that's cool. But when you see like 400, like 500, like that halfway mark,
Mhm.
man, you like, oh, I'm so close. So close.
Yeah.
Let me keep going so I can like keep it going so I can keep that 500 going to turn from 4 to 500 to 1,000. It's going to probably turn into like 2,000 if I keep that shit up. Who knows? Really?
So is that still your top song to this day, or have you passed it since then?
Oh, no, I passed it since then. So,
What's your top song at right now?
my top song right now, I forgot the name of it, but I just dropped it on the EP and it just hit like 6,000 plays on it because it was this 3 6 Mafia beat. That's what it was. And so a lot of people was really fucking with it.
All right. So I'm sure the fans are wondering, what are you working on right now, and when can we expect your next release?
So right now I'm working on 3 EPs right now. Um, they should be dropping pretty soon. Right now I'm ready to drop, Why Do All Pretty Girls Die Too? And then
Mhm.
after that, finna drop, another EP. It's okay. I have depression anyways, because I really like to make music about my feelings, really, because I don't really like talking to people about that, especially like therapy and all of that. So I feel
Mhm.
like music like that can, help people. So, and then one more, it's a French name. I don't really speak French, but I thought it sounded hard. So I took that, and that should be dropping right after, it's okay.
All right. So what made you decide to do it as three separate EPs instead of just one album?
Well, because I know how people's attention spans are, especially when it comes to albums.
Mhm.
Normally, when you listen to people when it comes to albums, they have like 4 to 16 songs. And low key, do you really want to listen to like 16 songs in the EP where most of them is kind of skips and then some of them are just mid? So doing at least like 2 to 3 songs on the EP and not doing an album whatsoever, that's way better. Especially like with albums, people really expect for like sales, all of that. Nah, EPs is the same way, but I'm not really looking for sales or anything like that. I'm just looking to reach people who's going through the same thing as I am or something similar but different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
So what would you say are some of your goals that you'd like to accomplish by the end of this year?
My first, well, first off, I really want to like start like doing shows, especially out here.
Mhm.
Because there's not much of a music scene. Even if there is one, there's nobody that makes the type of music that I be making. People just make music for like the streets or country music, of course. But that's an example.
Yeah.
But I really do want to start doing shows, and sooner or later, I do want to like do vlogs, like the 1% Club, all of them niggas, like just going around Houston, just doing crazy shit.
All right. So my next question for you is, would you ever consider signing to a label? And if you did, what would that ideal contract need to look like?
Mm, that's crazy because I feel like every underground artist will sit here. They'll probably say yes. Some will say no. I'll say no due to the fact, like, especially the kind of technology that we have now, we can actually do it on our own. So we wouldn't really need no record labels or a group of people behind us telling us like, oh, you got to drop on this day or you got to record on this day, this, that, and the third. So I would rather be underground than go, mainstream up top for a record label. Because if I go to a record label, they probably gonna have me there for like a good 2 months, and then next, they're gonna find somebody that can do the same thing that I can do, put me on the back burner, and I'm not making as much money.
Yeah. All right. So, who are the top three artists you want to collab with someday in your career?
Man, I'm gonna have to keep it. I'm gonna have to keep it real, keep it OG, keep it real. Two, I'll probably say Boxy. Shout out to him too. Young Solar Flare. And this is just a wild card, but I would like to do a song with Ski Master Some Guy one day. Like, I would really like to do a song with him because he was one of my inspirations into doing music. And like when I first started making music, I tried to rap like him and X, and that shit is too goddamn hard.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
All right. So, who's your favorite artist you've collabed with so far?
Um Unhazed, he's one of my favorite artists I've collabed with. Me and him got a lot of songs, and we also have an EP together called Rainbow Road.
All right. What would you say is your favorite song you've made so far out of your entire discography?
My favorite song, mm, I Talk to the Devil and We'll Be All Right. That was, my favorite song that I made because it was, a deeper dive into my mental state and what I really be thinking about on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I remember the whole recording process of that. I was like sober as fuck, had no nicotine, no nothing. I was like, damn, I really want to record this shit. But, some just said like, nah, tell it how it is. You don't need no fucking weed, no nicotine for that shit. Just tell it like it is.
Yeah.
And,
All right. What would you say is the biggest thing that makes you different from other artists?
um, I'm not cocky like every other artist is for real. People talk about, oh, I got this apartment or I got this many plays. I
Mm-hmm.
generally don't care how many plays or how many cars or how many houses you own. I don't care. As long as you're making music and making your own money off that shit, then that's fine. But don't try to, go on social media like TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter or X so we can be, politically correct.
Yeah.
So can't be doing all of that. And then, that's just I just don't like being cocky. I don't like cocky rappers either because there's been times I've been in my DMs. A bunch of rappers would sit here talk about, oh, you need me on a song. No, I don't. Like I don't need you on no song. I can do this by myself. That's really
Yeah.
the reasons why I don't be doing collabs like that for real. In order for me to like do collabs with you, I either gotta fuck with you or like I just gotta fuck with you. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I don't, I don't. Don't get
Yeah.
butthurt if I don't fuck with your music. It's okay. That gives you the time and effort, to go back into your bedroom or your closet, wherever you're recording, or studio, put time in, actually, work on your craft.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like running this promo page and meeting all these artists, I've noticed that like the most cocky artists are the ones who have zero talent and zero following
Right,
whatsoever. And then when I
right.
when I meet all these artists who have like millions of streams and actually deserve to be cocky, those are like some of the most humble people I've ever met, and it's just
Right.
ironic, really.
Exactly.
But anyway, my next question I have for you is, what are some of your hobbies outside of music?
Some of my hobbies are outside. So I play multiple instruments. I can play the trombone, I can play the piano a little bit, but I also play drums for like a jazz group outside, really. So, expanding my horizons in music. You feel me? So,
All right. So, what's your average daily routine look like right now?
well, right now, because I ain't working on 9 to 5 right now. I would just get up, do a little housework for my people because, my grandparents, they old. I got to take care of them. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Do what they got to do. Sit down, pull up a beat, see what I got, or pull up an unfinished song I got, sit down, smoke a blunt, or hit a water bomb. I'm like, all right, time to get in. And so I'm just recording for the first part of the day. Then the second half is just promoting the song, doing snippets, and then the rest is just like, posting memes and all of that, like showing off my, funny personality, I guess, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right. My next question for you is, what's your number one biggest red flag in a girl?
oh shit. My biggest number one red flag in the girl. You know, some people don't even say this shit, but if she has like so many like boy best friends and shit like that, can't
Yeah,
do that shit, man. No,
yeah,
I don't want no bitch to come to me talking about, oh, I'm finna go chill with my boy best friend. Who? Who we finna go with? We both finna go. The fuck?
yeah.
Like,
Nah, almost every artist I've interviewed, that's what they've said. But
for real?
yeah. All right. So my next question for you is, what's your biggest green flag in a girl?
If a bitch is solid, really, that's it. If you just down, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of red flags in a bunch of females, but if you just solid, down to earth, really don't care what people say about you, then hey man, I might, spin a Prada bag on your ass,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
All right. So my next question for you, I know you said you used to play football. What position were you?
I was defensive tackle in
All
high
right.
school, so yeah.
Did you play any other sports or just football?
Nah, it was just football because every time I tried out for other sports, I never made the team. Like I
Mm-hmm.
tried basketball, tried to do track, but I never made the team. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with football. Football is kind of like what I'm good at.
All right. Do you play any video games?
Oh hell yeah. Not often, but I play every now and then.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite games?
My favorite games. So I used to have like a PlayStation 2 back then. So Tony Hawk Underground 2, American Wasteland, all the OG Maddens before they came out with the, bullshit and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Then Skate 3 and Skate 2 is one of my favorite games as well too.
All right. So what's your all-time favorite fast food restaurant?
Can't go wrong with McDonald's. Hey, you
Yeah.
got $20 in your pocket. Shit. Let me go ahead and get that bundle real quick.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's your favorite clothing brand right now?
Favorite clothing brand. I'm not really into fashion like that for real because it's it's not I don't like it. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's a t-shirt and some jeans, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody can pull that off.
Yeah.
So clothing brand, if I have to say my favorite clothing brand for real though, I'll probably say Valoon, really,
Mm-hmm.
because it was something that was part of all of our childhoods. You feel me? All the memes niggas walking around showing off their
Yeah.
Valoon shirt. We all wanted to be them niggas too at one point. So,
Yeah, I feel
right.
you.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of your dream cars that you want to buy after you get rich?
Man. A Benz, an Audi, and a Hellcat. Even though a Hellcat is everybody's fucking favorite car. You gotta get one for the one time.
Yeah, I feel you. What kind of car do you currently have?
I ain't got one right now at the moment because the way these cars work out here, they expensive as hell.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it costs like $8,000 just to get a beater Toyota Corolla.
Oh hell no! It costs an arm and a leg and your soul for a car.
Yeah, it's crazy nowadays. But what would you say is the biggest thing that motivates you to keep pushing and keep grinding every day?
The fact that what motivates me to keep doing this is, I'm having fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting, depressed. I'm not making myself depressed every day just to make a song. You feel me? I'm having fun doing it. And then on top of that, there's people that supporting me throughout it. Like if my grandparents and them don't support it, I know there's other people that support what I'm doing. They see what I'm trying to do. So that's kind of like my motivation. The people that's around me that supports me.
All right. So who would you say is the goat of rap in your opinion?
The go to rap, in my opinion. Hmm. Now I gotta go like way back into the vault of rappers I've listened to. Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi.
Big Cuddy?
Kid Cudi. Because when I like started getting into music, the very first song I heard was Day and Night. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to have that shit on fucking replay because it was like, what is about it's something about this song that makes it so fucking good why people want to listen to it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So Kid Cudi was a part of my childhood. He will forever be the GOAT. I don't give a fuck the hate that he gets, even if he does deserve it or not, you feel me? He's still the GOAT.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah.
right. So my final question I have for you is, what's the biggest piece of advice that you would give to other artists?
be yourself. Stop trying to be like everybody else on social media because you see it. Like Cardi, for an example, you know, everybody want to be like Cardi.
Yeah,
You feel
for
me?
real.
Yeah, I get it. This nigga is on a whole different wave. We get it. We've been watching this nigga since like 2015. We get it. We all didn't think he was gonna make it, but you know, he made it. But I just don't like when people try to say or try to act like this nigga. Cause, you know, this nigga's not gonna pay attention to you. Even if you are trying to act like him. If you dress like Ken or Lone, they're not gonna pay attention to you. So, especially with the whole opium lifestyle, stop trying to be a lifestyle that's not really meant for you. Just live
Mhm.
your own life. Do whatever you want to. Live life to the fucking fullest. Because at the end of the day, you only got one life to live. Fuck it up, you fuck it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all we have for today. Make sure y'all go check out Super's music if you haven't already. He's got tons of bangers in his discography. And if y'all want to be interviewed next, or if you need Instagram promo, just send me a DM on Instagram. And make sure you like and comment on this video to help show your support. And thanks for watching.